Esta canción me hace sentir muy bien. Keep going, baby. Me estás haciendo bailar fuera de mi ropa. Sorprende la onda.
Sitting at the bar with mama, shawty trying to blame your mama, but she cannot pay the player, cause this pimp is a money maker. Meetings from Chi-Town to LA. Hey, love me in the building. Yes, sir. Take a plug for the pool party, right up in my 10 G's for the best bikini, looking for the biggest boy. She got the crowd going crazy, cause this track here is so amazing. Yo, even with a new life looking hazy, still R&B cats can phase. Who's that in the Jeep? Somebody's up in that truck. Yo, what y'all doing tonight? We got this up in that club. Somebody rolling with y'all. Show me where's the alcohol. Yo, I'm driving a fast car, jump to the third lane. Mommy and passengers, spilling the champagne. Stop at a red light, you driving me insane. You feeling like the was stop playing, girl, the way you shake your fatty back. So sexy, the way you telling Eddie, man. Turn that ass around and let me have that. Got me saying, man, I'm trying to marry that.
Oh no, they did it again. Ooh, Rob and Joe, they slipped with 10. Dime Mrs. Fine Mrs. Big behind Mrs. All kinds of Mrs. Don't matter your mom Mrs. What's love gotta do with man?
Right, give me like an hour to play with
that. We headed to the island of Canaan, slide with the famous. Shorty's almost died when we came in. Girl, I know you digging it, Diddy. This my world, come through in the whole city side. Looks like ice, but actually it's really got diamonds. Climbing all eyes around me. 500 down, alone on the timepiece. In the South Bronx, where you can find me. Never mind me, this is how we roll. I'm rolling with y'all. Now tell me, shorty, where's the outlet?
Yo, who's that in the Jeep? Who's that up in that truck? Yo, what y'all doing tonight? We found some up in that club. Come on, rolling with y'all.
Come on,
show me where's the alcohol.
Jump back.
Let me hit the haze.
Come on, make it back, baby. Yeah. Keep doing things, get joking, focus,
Baby, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened.
Hey, thank y'all for joining.
Somewhere along the line.
Thank y'all for joining. Town Hall number 5.
Might be my last track.
Hey.
Hanging with my niggas, drinking on that hard liquor. Had a song out, baby, somehow my head got bigger. Been driving around the world, tour buses and jet planes. On major tours, interviews, everybody know my name. I was on every magazine.
I ain't hit it yet.
Billboard, all the others, any awards, I would get it. Girl, you name it, and I did. Just got back from out of town, and you're screaming out no more. Cause outside you got your clothes, and then you walk about the door. I could give a damn about a hit, cause I
only wanna be with you.
And if my job means there's no more us, then I quit. Cause I only wanna be with you. So take me off the
Hey, Mama Mary. Hey, Mods. Hey, Miss Hot Pink. Passionately Gangster. Lowdown. Sid Bo. Nisi. Sharby. Natalie. Hey. Kimberly. G-Joy. Michelle. Shirley. Miss Wynn. Lisa. Love me.
Mama Mary, excuse me, y'all. Had that grill food. Rose K, hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Big Marshall, what it is, bro? Anime. Miss Carter said, sing that shit. But I only want to be with you. Toy Smith, hey, I ain't seen you in a minute. I get to look at the chat and chill with y'all. Brooke Valentine, hey. Okay, some VIPs, okay. Ooh. Sylvia in the building. Jersey girl and Poconos, hey, I miss you. Aaron, my dog, and Huff. This chat moving kind of fast. Hold on. Still didn't get that stimulus money yet. But you're fine. Okay. Cool. Cause I only wanna be with you. And if my job tell me there's no more us, then I gotta quit. Hey, Jacqueline. We're gonna let some other folks in here. EJ, what up? Somebody said Sky Zone. Where's Sky Zone at? Where my sister at? Pretty saucy, hey. We're gonna go one more. We're gonna go one more.
This is the remix. Here's a shinty. Dawson Hall in the club. We about to triple up.
No, but I don't want to do that, y'all. I don't want to do that. That beat rocking though.
Hi, my name is Teddy. Unfortunately, y'all don't know me, but I'm kind of over here. What y'all was saying that TTC, I know it too. Obviously, so do you. So I'm gonna conversation too. Do she got a cream?
Yep.
Got a Waffle House.
Yep.
Just show you that thing that she be doing with her mouth. She know how to clap them legs back. Greatest sex in your life. Yeah, I know, cause she's my wife. Nigga, ain't no hold back up. That niggas gon' make me act up. I'm not him, but my hand for her. You gotta turn her back up. And you just can't tell me that you didn't see the ring on her finger. I'm even trying to help her be a singer. That's why she was at that party in Atlanta. I told her ass not to go out to Chicago. But I'm out there doing my thing and turn the vibes up. Y'all out here treating my wife like a straight hoe.
Damn.
I'm taking it back. I'm so through with it. I took my body, I had to have these niggas fuck my wife.
All right, we're gonna go here. Whew. We're gonna go ahead. The Firm, they are evacuating the White House.
I admit I done made some mistakes.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
To secure Washington face of attacker. So that means it's about to happen. I told everybody what was going down. Sky Zone in the building, Mama Mary in the building. Dom K, what's whack? Don't come over here with that, bro. Don't come over here doing that. We don't do that over here. I admit I'm a gift and a curse. I admit that I don't go to church. I admit it, I made it. I admit it, I did it. I admit it, I did. I admit it, I did it. I admit I got so many flaws. So many. I'm not even gonna do it, man. Lose so much money, pop so many bottles. Yeah, I fuck a bitch just because. Nigga, I had a hell of a day, but I admit I was in my own. Hey, Randa, baby. I admit I had my mama crying over me. What else can a nigga say? I I admit I can't spell for shit.
What's up, Willie?
All I hear is hits.
Sunshine 1919. What's going on?
I admit I love God, but wait. It's so much temptation, but wait. Admit to the drinking and smoking too much, but it helped me get through the day. Won't say no names, I'm not a snitch. But one night at the Ritz, did some shit I should've did. Waited for a nigga's bitch.
Are you serious?
I admit that I did. I fucked my girlfriend's best friend. Yeah, I topped that in back of my pants.
Wait.
I'm sorry for my sins. I admit it, I admit it.
Is that what I'm reading?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I admit it, I did. I admit I trust people too much. I admit I can't say such and such. My lawyers told me settle this, even though it's bullshit. Carefully protect your career. All these people in my ear. I admit I've been tempted by drugs. I admit that I just need a hug. I admit the devil talk to me sometimes, but the devil's not who I trust. I've been fucked by so many damn managers. Why they push me up front of these cameras? All this music got engaged them, and now they play me like a fucking amateur. I got a life, yeah. I got a right, yeah. Cancel my shows. That shit ain't right. How they gon' say I don't respect these women when all I've done is represent? Take my career and turn it upside down, cause you mad I've got some girlfriends. Hell with this record deal. It ain't worth this shit for real. Ain't seen my kids in years. They try to lock me up like Bill. How much can a nigga take? How much can a nigga break? Just wanna do my music, stop stressing me. Please just let me age gracefully. I admit it, I admit it. I admit it, I did it. I admit it, I did. I admit it, I did.
Sky Zone, don't even pay no attention. It's a distraction. We ain't dealing with it.
Where the fuck is my money? Now here come this big ass conspiracy. I still got my fans, that's a blessing. Listen to heaven, just stay on my grind, and it's 24/7. And I know my mama Joanne is smiling down on me. I put that on reverend. Been a grown man since age 11. Mad on the clock since 7.
And we not dealing with no distractions.
I admit it, I did. I admit it, I did.
Hey, Fantasia.
I admit it, I did.
What up, J-Rock?
I admit I'm a freak. Used to go to strip clubs every week. But who these niggas trying to say I am? Man, I'm not, and I put that on chief. I admit I fuck with all the ladies. That's both older and young ladies. But tell me how they call it pedophile because of that shit, that's crazy. You may have your opinions, entitled to your opinions. But really, am I supposed to go to jail to lose my career because
What up, Dirk? You know it, positive energy only. I'm not dealing with that crazy stuff no more. Cause only God can mute chaos. Kimberly, I don't know yet. Everything's been on hiatus.
I admit that I don't know my music. I admit that I roll on my music. Want it back, but they don't wanna do it. What the fuck, nigga? I wrote that music. I did that bump and grind. I did that 12 play. I did that fed up. I changed the damn game. So I deserve me a fair play. So put some respect on my damn name. Now Wendy Williams mad with me, but I ain't never offer her no drink. But I admit that she asked me, can I get a little Hennessy? Then we both turned off our phone. We drink, I smoke, we talk. And I admit that I told it all. From my good points to my faults. She said, what about Ali? I said, love. She said, what about the tape? I said, hush. I said, my lawyer said, don't say no. But I can tell you I've been set up. I admitted how ever since the first day that without knowing I signed my publishing away. I admitted I was young, caught up, so blind, yeah. Said I had dyslexia, couldn't read all the contracts, yeah. And now the truth in this message is I'm a broke ass legend. I Only reason I stay on tour is cause I gotta pay my rent. I never thought that it would come to this, to being the most disrespected artist. So I have to write a song about it, cause they always take my words and twist it. Believe me, it's hard to admit all this, but I'm in my feelings about this shit. But I have to set the fucking record straight. So I admit it, I admit it. I admit it, I did it. I admit it, I did. I admit it, I did it. I admit I love Steve Harvey, John the Legend, and Tom Joyner. They're doing good in their lives right now. Why would they want to tear down another brother? Women show black men some love. Cause black men, we go through enough. How can we get up off the ground when we steady tear each other down? I admit that the devil is busy, and some people beside me ain't with me. I admit that I'm gonna do this music up until the Lord come get me. Now, I admit a family member touch me. Touch me, touch me, touch me. From a child to the age 14. While I laid asleep, took my virginity. So scared to say something, so I just put the blame on me. Now here I am and I'm trying my best to be honest. Cause there's forces out there trying to keep me from being the artist. I admit I'm at rock bottom, and this shit has rocked my mind. I'm calling on my hood, come walk by my side. They don't want me to shine. Women's group, my God. Now don't get it twisted, I do support them, but why they wanna bring down my art? Damn, this is breaking my heart. Cause from fathers, mothers, sons and daughters, I'm a part of the music culture. Spotify took me off their playlist. I admit that I've been underrated. I'm not convicted, not arrested, but drag my name in the dirt. All this work to be successful when you abandon me cause of what you heard. I admit I am not perfect. I never said I was perfect. Say I'm abusing these women. What the fuck, that's some absurd shit. They brainwashed, really? Kidnapped, really? Can't eat, really? Real talk, that shit sounds silly. And if you really, really wanna know, a father dropped her off in my show and told his boy to put her on the stage. I admit that she was overage. I admit that I was feeling her, and I admit that she was feeling me. I admit that that's just some shit to come with being a celebrity. I ain't chasing these ladies, no. These ladies are chasing me, yeah. No, I'm only saying all this shit cause how they tryna play me, yeah. I admit that this is no disrespect to the parents, but this is my advice to you cause I'm also a parent. Don't push your daughter in my face and tell me that it's okay, cause your agenda is to get paid and get mad when it don't go your way. I know y'all look at me like I don't go through things, but I'm human. I know it's hard sometimes, but try to keep in mind that I'm human. Fuck all the fortune and fame, forget the name, I'm a human. I can't believe all the under the table shit they doing. I'm tired of fingers pointed at me. I'm tired of all this weight on me. I'm tired of everybody want a piece of me. Shit, I'm not an ATM machine. What do I do when I can't do what I do? How can I win if I can't win with you? Got a couple of dead homies that I promised I would make it out this shit. And I know that God's hands is on me, nigga. I'm gonna make it out this shit. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Not me. The storm's over. I admit I talked to Miss McGlynn. FYI, that's my second mother. I admit that I asked her how am I gonna get the world off my shoulder. She said, son, don't you lose it. Sometimes you gotta go through it. They can say what they say, but at the end of the day, they cannot deny your music. Cause your music has touched people. It inspired all people overseas, everywhere. Don't worry, don't care, cause the anointing is on you. And haters is at you, so just keep on doing you, baby. You don't have to get these fools an explanation. I admit it, I made it. I admit it, I did it. I admit it, I did. I admit it, I did it. What's the definition of a cult? What's the definition of a sex slave? Go to the dictionary, look it up, let me know, I'll be here waiting. Now I admit I got some girls that love me to pull their hair. And I admit they love me to talk dirty when I pull their hair. Yeah. Some like me to spank them, some like to get brain. And what some of these girls want is too much for the radio station. Look, I'm just a man, y'all, not a monster or beast. But I admit there are times when these girls so fine, I'll chill at a nigga for a week. Now I admit I love you, Hefner, and through the years supported you, Hefner. But when he left this world, he had a million girls, but we gon' always love you, Hefner. To Jim C. Regardless or whatever your name is. You've been trying to destroy me for 25 whole years. Writing the same stories over and over and over again. Off my name, you done went and made yourself a career. Well, guess what? I pray for you, your family, and all my other enemies. Not gonna let y'all steal my joy. Just gonna keep on doing me. Now I don't know what else to say except I'm so falsely accused. Tell me, how can you judge when you never walked in my shoes? So easy to mess up someone else's life through social media. The devil in disguise. I admit I miss my brothers, but I admit they wasn't acting like brothers. Yeah, we've had our differences, but you don't turn on your brother for nothing, for no one, nada. Mama, Joanne is watching. She must be turning over in her grave. Yeah. I admit I had to borrow a couple of M's from the label. All these hits out, but I couldn't put food on the table. I was told I had to sell my cars. I was told I couldn't get along. Said
I don't know, they said it was evacuations.
and they was coming to get my home. I admit I was feeling stupid staying in the Homewood Suites. Disrespect. Sipping Hennessy, trying to figure out what
Yeah, what's going on up there?
There was so much going through my head.
What's going on up there? Why they evacuating DC?
I just couldn't put my finger on it.
Why are they evacuating DC?
It told me what it saw, and it scared the shit out of me. It said get rid of them all. It's nothing but
Okay, yeah, because they evacuating the White House and everything. Like, what's going on?
For all the push and support they've shown. I admit if it wasn't for them.
Okay, let me find out. I'm gonna call you back.
Now I'm not tripping on all of these rumors.
That don't bother me.
And I'm not paying attention to these haters.
That don't bother me.
But what blows me is when certain people turn phony. They say, Bob, I got your back. Rob, you the man. But they really doubting me.
Bitch, I know who you are.
Bitch, I thought you about. Bitch, you stayed in my crib. I loved you with all my heart. Now I don't like to brag when it comes to me, but I'm giving back to the community. From the nonprofits to the charities. But of course you never hear that about me. To them niggas that drink my liquor and smoke my stogies. How come you ain't on Facebook taking up for me? When you around me most of the day. And you know that I'm a good brother. Always got your hands out, it ain't no doubt that y'all niggas ain't nothing but blood suckers. Plus, y'all ain't bringing nothing to the table. Yeah, nigga, and you know it's real talk. Taking pictures with me for your Instagram, but when I need you, you're quick to get lost. No, Robert J. and Joanne. My kids, what you're hearing out here about that. Guys, I'm sorry for this. I'm so sorry, I can't imagine what y'all must be going through.
Oh.
Something about me, my God, it must be killing you. I promise there'll be better days. Just keep walking straight.
Oh.
Be worried, but just know that I'm okay. For me, things
Okay.
has gotten rough. Right now I can't
Okay.
say too
Whoa.
much, but for y'all I will stay tough. Daddy just need y'all to trust and believe in me. I admit that I've told the truth and I'm still not free. Still won't hate me. Still won't stone me.
Okay.
Still won't chain me. Think they won't kill me. I admit it, I admit it. I admit it, I did it. I admit it, I did. I admit it, I did.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
No disrespect to Chi-Town,
My home.
but we've gotta learn how to support our own. I admit that my heart cries for my city, cause we're losing young lives in the city. Instead of judging me, y'all should be using me to help these kids, raise them out of depression and poverty. Now I'm not saying I'm no savior.
Oh man,
Inspiration.
this is crazy.
Invitation. Man, I admit I go through so much day to day. Got 23 lawyers, 3 or 4 managers. What am I doing? Show me the way. The only thing I have left is my voice.
My boy.
And use it for my protection because they left me no choice. See, my work has nothing to do with my private life. So stay the
This
fuck
my part
out
right
of
here.
it and listen to your own damn life. So go ahead, say what you wanna say about who I wanna be. But you won't say that shit to my face, cause you know it ain't shit to say. Next nigga bring me some dumb shit. It's gonna be a misunderstanding. Cause niggas that listen to dumb shit. I niggas that be on that dumb shit. They need a life cause they ain't got no life. So they always conjuring up dumb shit. Knocking my pie, they don't know the half. It's all they making assumptions. Since when do assumptions? Cause a man is whole career. Found guilty when you're innocent is the only test I'll give. There is one thing that's for sure, and I wanna make this shit clear. I lift my voice and represent
Hey, Ty.
for 31 fucking years. Damn it, I admit, I admit, I admit, I admit, I admit.
Hey, Bree. All right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna cut that out because it's evident something crazy has taken place within the last 3 hours. I had to go back because I keep hearing y'all say, well, I keep reading y'all say, Dana, what happened in DC? I don't know. Well, I made 3 calls while the song was playing, and nobody knows what's going on. I called my sister. She's in DC. She's not answering the phone. So I go to Donald Trump's tweet, and the first thing I see is liberate Virginia and save your great Second Amendment. It is under siege. And if I'm seeing this correctly, I see people are evacuating because of the inner war between Trump and the deep state. Then I see so happy Trump is against these tyrannical local governments. Okay. That right there goes back to what I had talked about last week when I showed the thing about Q. When Q said that a lot of top government officials is going to be getting locked up in the midst of this COVID-19 scandal. Well, the only thing I can think of is this is what's really going on. Because I don't see nothing else. Also, I want to talk about R. Kelly for a second. Now, I don't know if y'all knew this, but it was just reported. Yesterday, actually. The top 4 reasons R. Kelly has had trials delayed over the years. 1, emergency appendectomy. 2, lead prosecutor had a baby. 3, judge fell off ladder and broke his back. 4, global pandemic. So here's my question. Why do Rob have to sit in jail because the lead prosecutor had a baby? That don't make sense to me. That's her problem. And the judge fell off a ladder and broke his back. Who fault is that? Ain't nobody tell Lennon Webber to be up on a ladder at an old age. So I feel as though that they are just trying to do and say and whatever they can to keep him locked up because they know that they really don't have nothing on him. However, whatever they claim that they have on him, I would just rather him fight fairly, like they gave everybody else a chance to fight fairly. And that's what I got to say. But wait a minute, I seen somebody with a question. So I need to go back to this question. Bree Ramsey said, "Hey, Dana J, I had a question. I think about 2 days ago. I don't know if you've seen it or not. Bree Ramsey, what is your question? This is your time to answer or to ask me your question." Because I don't remember you asking me a question. So hit that like button, y'all. But Bree Ramsey, what is your question? That's what I want to know. What is your question? Hey, So Oakland. Nisi, hey. Faces and Beyond, hey. Well, New Jersey Hospital is filled and can't take any patients. I'm watching the people I love stand on the front line and save lives at the risk of their own lives. All right. That's what they do. But wait a minute. Welcome to Town Hall meeting number 5, where tonight we're going to be giving some instructions. Well, Levi going to be giving some instructions. I'm going to be answering questions. Levi going to be answering questions. And we just going to gel and bond like family. No, that's what it said. I'm sorry, Sylvia, but that's what it said right here. So whether it be this judge or whatever, hey, Brooke, glad to see my sister and my best friend is in the chat. You know, she a mod, definitely. I really want to say this real quick before we get to going. It's not old, Strawberry. It was just posted April the 16th, 2020. That was yesterday. So you might as well say it's old yesterday, but oh well. I'm gonna say this real quick, and before we even get started. This whole situation with arguing back and forth in the chat is very distracting. It's very distracting. Oh, Larry been reporting that? Okay. I'm sorry. At the end of the day, all this beefing and stuff, we ain't gonna have that over here. I said that once before, and I'm gonna say it again. If I have to stop because of the beefing, I'm gonna block you off this channel for good. I'm not gonna play these games no more. So before we even get started, let's set some ground rules. If you have wrenches, act accordingly. If you don't have wrenches, act accordingly. That's it, Gucci. Everybody respect each other. And we ain't gonna do what other people on their pages do. We ain't doing none of that. Everything is gonna be on respect over here. And if you are not gonna be respectful to nobody, this is not where you need to go. Well, the question is, like back then, like, you know, rock and roll superstars had underage girls and teenage girls, but nobody mute them. My only thing is, why mute R. Kelly? Bree Ramsey, that's not a question for me. That's a question for Time's Up, Color of Change, mute R. Kelly. That's a time up for them. That's a question, and for them. Dom K, I'm not going to go back and forth with you. You know what you did. And this come from earlier. Like I said, we'll talk offline. That's the last time I'm going to address it. We ain't gonna keep doing this. We are all adults over here. And it's a shame that I gotta stop and address adults. At the end of the day, we ain't gonna do that. Like I say, anyway, I seen Spitting Fire, but I was talking. Hello, Spitting Fire. How are you? You know what, Dom? This is where I'm just tired, bro. We ain't gonna have that. I'll talk to you after this. You sit this one out. Um. Yeah, Sky Zone had a great live, a very great live. Hello, Dana and chat. I'm Team Truth, but I have a question. Okay. Do you think the trial will be televised? The state trial will be televised, but the federal trial, no. No, you would just get updated reports from the press that's going to be there at the federal trial, but the state trial definitely going to be televised. Like I say, we about to get into it. Straight, direct. We got some things going down the pipe. How many people heard about what happened today? How many people was able to get the federal government answer to what the motion that Greenberg and the team put forth today? Because yesterday, everybody was happy. Like, I know I was. I don't care about nobody else. I was happy about the motion that they put forth yesterday. So I'm gonna go ahead and read a little part, right? I'm gonna read a little part. No, I'm gonna read a couple little parts. Read it. Hold on. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna read this a little bit. Share the screen. Let's go here. Share this. Let me see what downloads I had today. Here we go. Make sure y'all can see this. So that way y'all can see. Hold on, let me get my other thing together. Okay. Set that right there. Let's go here. See if y'all can. Where's my? Hold on. $115 go for. All right, we're gonna scroll down to a part that really sticks out to me. Which is hold on. Hold on. Here we go. This one part right here sticks out to me. This one part sticks out to me. And I'm going to read it from the top, but then when I hit the blue, you're going to see it says, it is also disingenuous for the defendant to suggest that he has no means to go anywhere. He continues to have a significant network of individuals available to assist him. Indeed, many of those individuals attempt to do the defendant's bidding by regularly posting and appearing in videos on the internet and publishing on social media in support of the defendant and overtly trying to intimidate the defendant's accusers. Moreover, the defendant still has the financial means to flee and commit obstruction. In the first quarter of 2020 alone, the defendant received over $200,000 in royalty proceeds. Well, that part right there lets me know that they are watching and somebody is telling and tracking what Rob is doing. And it's nobody on the outside. It's somebody that calls itself a friend. It's someone that calls itself a person that's there for Rob, which happens to be who I believe is none other than the person that have the most to gain if Rob stays locked up. Also, it says indeed. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hey, sis. Yeah, I'm just making sure you good up there because I was told that they was evacuating up there in DC. I don't know. That's what I was told. That's why I called you. Oh. All right. But I'll call you tomorrow. You go ahead and get some rest. Don't worry about it. All right. All right. My sister said that they not evacuating the part where she at. She just got out of church. Okay. So the part that says many of those individuals attempt to do the defendant's bidding by regularly posting and appearing in videos on the internet and publishing on social media in support of the defendant and overtly trying to intimidate the defendant's accusers. Well, here's what I'm going to say. That part is a lie because Rob do not know the people who's doing that. But like I said, even though they were doing it in the name of R. Kelly do not know who they are. Actually, R. Kelly don't even know who R. Kelly is because R. Kelly is just a brand. Robert Sylvester Kelly is who everybody see behind me. That's who you see. Robert Sylvester Kelly is the body. R. Kelly is the entity that hits the stage and performs. R. Kelly is the entity that you see when it hit the stage. Outside of the stage, the laid back chilling person is Robert Sylvester Kelly. If y'all understand. I don't know why when I look at this, look like I don't got no mouth back there. These, but that part right there. And this is not to bash anybody. This is for people to wake up and see that the federal government is paying close attention, and every little mishap, every little fuck up, they willing to persecute R. Kelly. Now, is that fair? Is that fair to R. Kelly? That people are attacking people that's in the paperwork and Robert got to pay for it? That's not fair. But then wait a minute. Here's my next question. If the federal government is not calling these people victims but accusers, why the hell is the media calling these people victims? That's a question that I always wanted to know. Why is the media calling people victims when the federal government calling them accusers? I think the narrative have to be changed. No matter what side of the track you believe in, right is right and wrong is wrong. You can't be a victim until you've been proven to be victimized. I've been saying it for a year. You can only be an accuser. So with that being said, people ain't going to like it, but when you were told not to do certain stuff and jokes were made like, who the fuck do he think he is? He can't tell me what to do. And then stuff like, oh, well, if R. Kelly said it, you have R. Kelly call me and tell me. And stuff like, oh, well, this is my right to do that. Okay, this is your right. That's your right to do this. But it's the federal government right it's the federal government right to impose that. All because it's your right. It's your right. It's your mouth. It's your freedom of speech to attack somebody that's an accuser. So that means it's the federal government right to say, you know what? He's doing it in the name of him. He got to pay for it. Not the person that's doing it, but the person that's being wrongly accused and wrongly held. That's who's paying for what everybody else, mainly DHD, was doing. Now that that's there, I know a couple of their following folks going to be like, well, no, you can't say that, Dana. It wasn't in the documents. The judge ain't say that. Well, the federal government said it right here. Mainly, I'm going to go here. The federal government really said it right here. Many of those individuals attempt to do the defendant's bidding, meaning bidding in this case means working for. Well, people can say, well, R. Kelly ain't telling me to do that. I just did it because I thought that was the right thing to do. And who gave y'all marching orders though? I do believe a guy by the name of Don Russell, the one that y'all call the muscle, the one that y'all say, Don, lead us. Go ahead and flood the judge. Go ahead and talk about her on social media. Go ahead and talk about them on social media. Ain't nothing going to happen. Well, you taking orders from a known rat, a guy who snitched on somebody because he had a bag of weed, but he got a guy sitting behind bars the rest of his life for that now. I don't think I want nobody like that around me. I don't think I want nobody like that to even represent me. And then he goes to platforms and say, I talked to Rob after court. Lies. You talk to Bryant after court. You ain't talk to Rob. Because Rob ain't going to talk to you. And I know that firsthand. Rob ain't going to talk to you. You talk to Bryant just like all the other like-minded people talk to Bryant. Once again, you're trying to get that $1 million to try to entice Mesereau to come back. But Mesereau said he don't want to touch this case because of you, Don Russell, and because you messy. You remember that conversation? So let's talk about it. Anybody that have feelings about this, call in 470-355-8221. I want to talk to you. I don't care who it is. Call in. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. You're live on the day. Oh, what's up, sis? I'm sorry. You ain't live. I got you on my phone. Yeah. Okay. Okay, hold on.
Been live for a long time, huh?
Nah, I just came back live.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, hold on, Kurt. Call right back. And we have an exclusive caller. We have my sis Toxic Diamond on the line.
Hello. How are you guys? What's up, the firm?
Y'all give us some hearts.
Thank you. Matter of fact, drop the diamond emoji for me. That's what we do for Toxic Diamond, honey.
Oh, I'm sorry. Drop the diamond emoji. Shit, I didn't know they had one of those.
Diamond emoji. Okay, that's how we do that. Okay, so I want to talk about the cease and desist for these two fake ass sisters. I just want to say that my sources that I've gotten this information from is a completely legit source. I doubt that they would give me false information and ask me to make sure I let people know. You understand what I'm saying? But my whole thing about these sisters is if they understood R. Kelly, you don't even have to know him. I don't know him particularly, but I understand him enough to know that he doesn't want any of the attention that they're trying to bring to him. He doesn't want people mentioning his name. He doesn't want this extra salacious, these extra salacious things in the media like, oh, R. Kelly has two, unknown extra sisters that just came out in 2019 when he's going through all this extra shit. You know what I mean? Like, you could have stayed in the background and reached out to him privately, but they chose to come in front of the camera. I think they're clout chasing women who's going after you because you're a real supporter of R. Kelly. I don't trust their motives when it comes to R. Kelly or R. Kelly's supporters. And I think that the fact that it's supporter against supporter and they try to accuse you of raping Jasmine shows where they are in this process with R. Kelly. Why would you yell rape on anyone while your brother is going through what he's going through in regards to these ain't shit women?
Wow. I have a question, though, because their handler came out and said that was a lie. But
right, I expect for her to say that that's a lie. I expect for them to lie and deny things. You know what I'm saying? China right now is lying about the number of COVID cases. You know what I'm saying? Like, I expect them to lie because they're caught in a lie. They're caught in their fraudulence. They're caught in their clout chasiness. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
These women are not real supporters of R. Kelly. These are women who wish to be in the media and connected to his name. Why did you change your last name to Kelly? You know what I'm saying? When they first came out as Lisa and Kelly, it was like, okay, the name Kelly came from his mother. his mother's side of the family because his father wasn't shit. So she named him after her father. That's where the rape rumors come from when they say his mother's father raped his this, that, and the other. That's where those rumors come from because his mother was so close with her mother's side of the family that they decided, and her father's side of the family that she decided to give R. Kelly her family's name. So then you have these sisters that come out saying that their last name is Kelly. You are the equivalent of scum under my shoe. I was going to say Andrea Kelly, but you're not the equivalent of Andrea Kelly because that's somebody that R. Kelly knew, fell in love with, and gave her his last name, even though she's still using it after she's been married to another woman, to another man, I'm sorry. But, you know, it's the equivalent of that. Like, leave this man and his name alone. If R. Kelly was such a beast that Andrea Kelly claims him to be on this docuseries or whatever, then why the fuck would you want to be associated with him? If he was a rapist, if he was a molester, an abuser, why would you want to be associated with him? I'm going to keep it real with y'all on this channel. I was molested by a woman in my family, and her name, her name is Helena. Okay? I don't care. I'm talking right now. I don't care. Her name is Helena, and this woman, she really had a great influence over my family. But when I turned into an adult, because she used to be rolling my nipples and shit, you know what I'm saying? I have big ass titties. Okay, so she used to be rolling my nipples and shit and touching me. You know, she never stuck anything in me as far as fingers or any object, but she used to be touching me in ways I didn't like, you know, making me touch her breast, you know, sucking on my breast unwanted. And as an adult woman, let me say something, I cussed her out. I embarrassed her in front of the whole church because I used to go to church when I believed in organized religion. And I never spoke to her again. You know what I'm saying? I never spoke of her. I put it behind me. I didn't want to associate with her. I didn't want people knowing that I went to church with her. I didn't want people knowing that she was my babysitter. You know what I'm saying? So for Andrea Kelly or you know, just these sisters to be like associating themselves with somebody who is, you know, specifically Andrea Kelly, for her to be associating with somebody that she said abused and molested her is fraudulent and fake. And for these sisters to come out, bitches, where was y'all in 2008 when my nigga was on trial for a bitch who whole family said he didn't do the shit?
Yeah, that's the question.
Where the fuck was you at in 2008? Fuck your bullshit in 2020 because we all know that the times are not the same. Period. Times are not the same.
Bro came on and said today, like, look, we really was so passionate about Rob being around his blood family that we wasn't fact checking none of that, especially when their handler came to me. I wasn't fact checking none of that. I was just like, shit, the guy favored him a little bit. I'm like, well, shit. Well,
I don't mean to judge you, bro. I really don't mean to judge you. But my daughter's father, the first night I met him, I made that nigga show me an ID and social security card, and I learned his middle name.
You right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, learning about bitches, Google these hoes. Look these bitches up. Go on their social media. See what they've been doing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, learning about people before you actually invest in what they're saying is the best thing to do. Period.
You right.
If you ain't got Lisa Kelly on your ID, you're not Lisa Kelly. You understand what I'm saying?
I agree.
You're saying this shit. I can say right now, my name is Toxic Wayne Wade. Wayne Wade. I'm the Wayne Wade. I'm the Wayne Wade sister.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I used to date Marcus Parton, Mouse from Moesha. I used to date him. He cheated on me with Sinbad's daughter. I could easily be saying, oh, you know, my name is toxic, party. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit don't make no sense to me.
Right, well, see, and that's where
that's not your name.
Right, and see, and that's where I can say I take responsibility for that. And that's why I say that's why I always been saying I wish I never opened that gate.
Yeah.
I wish I never opened that gate. But since I did, now I gotta close it. And that's what's going on. I'm closing all that.
See, Dana, my thing with you is that because you my bro, with these women, I don't feel like you need to close shit. Don't get these hoes no closure. They ain't closing this shit with R. Kelly. So as his supporter, you don't need to close shit with them. Okay. You feel me? Like, I feel like fuck them. Let them be an open case of bullshit and speculation. You know what I'm saying? They want to be a clown and a circus surrounding this very serious subject that's going on with their so-called brother. If this shit was happening to my brother, there's no fucking way I would be saying a damn thing other than to want to sit down and talk to him. Let me ask you this. Have they even visited him in jail?
No.
So they don't even know him?
No, they go through Bryant Nick, and the thing is, I was part of the two-man partnership that had them meet Rob, and then Rob talked to them separately.
Let me ask you a question. Do you have to go through a third party to see your family? You know what I'm saying? Like, family is what you make.
If you have an out-of-state ID, and you live more than 40 miles away from that state, and you can go visit them. But he have to approve it.
Right. And if here's my thing. Family is what you make it. A lot of people think that you're born into family and all that stuff. You're born into a family. You also born into sin, baby.
Right.
Okay? Family is what you make it. If you make someone who you were born into family with your family, that's fine. But you can also have a friend that's family. You can also have, you know what I'm saying? So all family is not family. So even if they were his real sisters, which they're not, you don't know him. How could you be sitting there saying that's your family? You never spoke to this man. You never seen him. You did not support him in 2002, 2008. You have never spoken to these women and shit on them. What I do for my brother, let a bitch accuse my brother of some shit like that. I'm a shit on you. I ain't gonna sit on the news and say, my brother is the best, this, that. No, I'm gonna be like, fuck these hoes. Y'all don't even know my brother. Y'all bitches ain't shit, and I'm sorry for all my cousins, but
go ahead.
I'm gonna be real. You know what I'm saying? It's like y'all bitches ain't shit, and what they're doing is they're creating a circus. And I know that on my channel I do entertain people's interviews and stuff, but I also still realize that that's creating a circus and a distraction around what's really going on.
Right.
My man is sitting in jail right now. Let me tell you something. They sent Jesus to jail. So if anybody's going to judge this man, Jesus went to jail too. And they let Barabbas, a murderer, out before they let Jesus. So if you judging R. Kelly, then you have to judge Jesus. He went to jail too.
But let me ask you this, sis.
He was accused of some shit too.
Let me ask you this, sis, because I just realized something that I didn't even pay attention to. They never supported the defense fund, but they supporting this Don Russell $1 Million Fund.
Wait, they never supported what?
They never supported R. Kelly's defense fund that's backed by his lawyer. But they supporting this Don Russell $1 Million Fund that's backed by Don Russell and Bryant Nick.
Because it's all clownery. Like, I'm gonna say, I have nothing against Don Russell personally. I don't know him personally. I've spoken to him and did an interview with him on my channel, obviously. But my whole thing is, the antics as this man's manager. You know what I'm saying? As this man's ex-manager or whatever role he played. You know, if I knew R. Kelly personally, the only thing that I would be saying right now is pray for my man. He's innocent. Y'all send him some letters, send him some love. I'm gonna give y'all his messages every day. And you know what I'm saying? We putting together a plan to work out for him. I wouldn't be, these women, this and that and that. And you're a manager. You have to, and even though I spoke to him, I know it's kind of hypocritical a little bit because I allowed him to come on my platform. But now that I know that he's like working with these sisters, and that's not support. That's not support. That's not support. He should be putting out R. Kelly's music on something. Is his music allowed to be played anywhere? Can he not have a website of his own? Can you not make a website for $4.95 a month and put R. Kelly's music on it and put ads on the music and at least let this man accrue some revenue?
Well,
like as a manager, do you not want to make R. Kelly t-shirts or free R. Kelly t-shirts or hats and make some revenue?
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm gonna say this.
What else can you be doing other than talking?
Well, I'm gonna say this. Rob haven't approved Don Russell to release any music, but music is steady being released privately. And see,
I honestly, I don't know Don Russell's role anymore. And like I said, I have nothing against him. But my whole thing is, you couldn't be looking at him like family. Not even the sisters. You couldn't be looking at him like family. Because I would be devastated. Like I would be really putting my best foot forward to allow people to understand the seriousness of it. I would be sitting down, and word for word on the docuseries, dissecting and investigating and rebuttaling all of it for my man.
Well, the thing is that Rob don't fuck with Don. Ever since
Rob got a bunch of fraudulent ass people around him, and unfortunately for Kel, he has the wrong definition of love, and that's what the fuck it is. Right. Like this bitch Asriel Clary, like she clearly don't know what love is. Love is accepting. Even if he did do some shit, you're not supposed to just all of a sudden while he's going through what he's going through, just, oh, now I don't love you no more, so I'm going to just shit on you. I'm going to sit on here and tell people that you made me eat my shit. Bitch, did nobody make you eat no shit? That's your mouth, your hand, your shit, your ass, and that cup that you shitted in, you put that up to your mouth. Ain't nobody made you sit in this man's house and just sit there and wonder when he was going to come back and fuck with you. These women are saying he was never around, but then they saying he was around doing this and that and that and this. Like, stop. Ain't nobody made you do shit. You're a grown woman. You know what I'm saying? He starved me, bitch. Then you must be a broke asshole that you don't know how to go get you some food.
Just
you're
like...
You're supposed to say, I'm hungry. You're supposed to know how to say I'm hungry in every language.
Just
like... You don't know where you're going.
Just like Life said, he can't respect Drea because your kids is going to see this and you out there helping everybody slander your kid's dad.
Drea is bitter because when she married R. Kelly, she expected him because of the star that she is, just like these girls today. This is why Drea is sitting on a platform with these fucking ain't shit hoes, because she's the equivalent of him. She married him thinking he was going to get her a dance studio and make her a famous dancer and, you know what I'm saying, rise her up in her career. But he treated her like a regular wife, like a person. Like, bitch, I got my flaws and you got yours too, and we married and this is not a business deal. You're my wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why she's bitter. She thought she was going to get something out of marrying R. Kelly, and she still feel like she's going to get something out of using his last name. She's still striving to get what she can get from him. You know what I'm saying? And that shows from her going on this growing up hip hop and going on this docuseries and this, that. You just want what you can get from this man. She's a fucking bloodsucker. She's a fucking leech.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The other girls, they just want to be famous. Sergeant McGee, she just want to be on TV. You know what I'm saying? The other girls, they just want to be on TV, and they want to get these awards. They want to be on the awards show. They want to be in the industry. They always wanted that. That's why they came in contact with R. Kelly. This is just another way to do it. You know what I'm saying? You didn't do it for me, so now I'm going to shit on you and get it myself. I don't need you no more.
But for Don,
type of shit.
But for Don and for him to orchestrate people to contact the judge and write the judge, and then you heard one of the bloggers, Opinionated News Network, Trent, he said that him and his folks, over 500 people sent letters to the judge. I'm like, oh, that's trying to be bias of the court.
Let me tell you something. One time I went to traffic court. When I was younger, trust me, I was much finer than I am now, okay? The judge asked me to come back to his chambers. I ended up going home with this judge. I told the story on my backup channel. I ended up going home with this judge. This judge told me some shit that I don't think any other person could have this experience to hear from a judge. The judge, these judges, they're only reading your letters to incriminate the person that you're talking about. They don't give a fuck if it's good or bad. You can say some shit like, well, R. Kelly only came in contact with these women because he loves everyone. That's the only reason why he had them living with him. But the fact remains that the judge is looking for they lived with him. You know what I'm saying? They were in his presence. So this could have happened. So people think they're healthy, but you ain't fucking healthy. You're not healthy.
Wow. So question this for this paragraph that's in the federal government denial, but that says many of those individuals attempt to do defendants' bidding by regularly posting and appearing in videos on the internet and publishing on social media in support of the defendant and overtly trying to intimidate the defendant's accusers. What do you think about that?
I think it goes back to what I just said. You might think you helping, but you're not helping, period. Okay, everybody knows that I was just in court for 2 years straight. Okay, my uncle, I almost threw a bitch off the balcony. I asked a Hispanic girl, does she identify as black? Because she was calling her kids niggas. Like, this girl was crazy. So I'm like, do you identify as a black woman? And she was like, I ain't no nigga bitch. I'm like, nigga bitch, you have a black daughter. Your dude is black. Like, why are you saying that to me? Like, it hit me weird. So I ended up basically beating her cousin up and almost throwing this bitch off the balcony, okay? I caught a fucking case. And then my uncle, when I got out, my uncle came and he went to this girl's house and tried to have my back, but she got a restraining order and I got arrested when I didn't do shit. I didn't do a damn thing. I didn't go back to that girl's house. I didn't say a word to her. My uncle went to her house. So he got me arrested. He didn't help me by trying to speak on my behalf. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the same thing that's going on with R. Kelly. All these people that are calling themselves having this, this defense for him. If you was defending R. Kelly, you will understand that sometimes the best thing to say is nothing. Period. Stop doing that. Stop talking to these people. Stop. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
If you're not a blogger or you're not a media outlet, stop fucking doing that. Like, let Abigail live in her fucking misery.
But these are bloggers.
You know what I'm saying?
But these are bloggers that's doing it.
And then they have to understand that they're not helping either. That you're not helping him. You really, what you're doing is you're hurting the person you care for. So you're really a self-sabotager and a situation sabotager. And you got to ask yourself, why do you have a jaded view on what help is? You know what I'm saying? Why do people have a jaded view on what abuse is? Why do people have a jaded view on what choices are in this case? And I think that a lot of people in this R. Kelly case, the views are jaded, the mind is jaded. It's just like, damn. You have to ask yourself why. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
I feel like R. Kelly needs a filter person.
Right.
Like he needs a filter person that he can make all his statements through. You know what I'm saying? And if I got the chance and if I could, even though I'm non-biased on a situation, I don't give a fuck about the accusers. I don't like them. I feel like they some fake ass, you know what I'm saying, Me Too movement, old fucking just ET ass bitches, just coming from the fucking from Pluto with this shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, I lost my thought. Sorry.
He said
Talking about these hoes.
he says they from Pluto.
Yeah, I said they from Pluto because these bitches is coming out the woodwork with some bullshit. Like, do you think because you fucked the dude and he let you stay with him, like, bitch, where would you have been? These little hoes would have been homeless. These little hoes would have been, you know what I'm saying, in the street. Like, just because you fucked somebody and they let you live with them and they had other girlfriends doesn't mean that you were abused or that you were forced to stay there or that any of that. You know, so it's like it's coming from Pluto.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, yeah, before I say some shit, because I am drinking. I ain't gonna lie. And y'all know I've been sober. I did go, I went dry for about 6 months. So, yeah, I'm pretty lit and I'm pretty opinionated right now. Okay?
Oh, Lord.
But my whole thing is, bitches been eating meals since they was sucking on nipples. So when you can't eat and you don't enforce that, what makes you think that another person is going to care if you eat or not? Like, you don't care if you eat. So why the fuck would I care?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that shit could have been all in their brains. Like, oh, I can't keep bothering him. I can't keep calling him and asking him the same thing because, you know, he's R. Kelly. So let me just sit here and wait for him. Meanwhile, he's busy recording and, you know, producing for other people, and he done forgot about your ass. It ain't that he didn't feed you. Bitch, he forgot about you. You supposed to be, you living off of him. So, you know what I'm saying? You're living off of him. You're blood sucking from this man. He don't need shit from you. Period. And honestly, I think that R. Kelly, he missed the love of his mom. You know what I'm saying? I think he missed the love of his mother, and he misses genuine love, you know, because he is who he is. And people don't genuinely love him. That's why he has all these people that are just infatuated by the fact that he's R. Kelly. They done started all these blogs, and they're fucking his case up. Because they don't really love him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And anybody that really loves somebody, they can accept this person for what he's done, forgive him for his downfalls, and not continue to try to push him down. And I think that he fucked with the wrong women, and he was looking for something that he's missing, which is genuine love, not professional love, not business love, not you love me because I'm R. Kelly. Call me Robert because I want you to love Robert.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think that that's where his mistake came in. You know what I'm saying? He has to realize, and I think that that's what happened with the older generation of like famous people. They didn't realize that their lives will never be the same, including Whitney Houston too, Bobby Brown, all the people. Your life will never be the same because you're famous. You will never be normal. It's a blessing and a curse. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a blessing and a curse. Your life will never be the same. People will never love you because of you. People will always love you because of your talent, because you sing to them, because you woo them with your words. They're not going to see you as a flawed man who has issues with love, women, marriage, you know, and accept that and love that. They're going to judge you. They're going to want you to do what they want you to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these people, they like fucking weird to me. Like they're like white people. Like they think everybody's supposed to be like them. Like white people think everybody's supposed to look white, be white, have straight hair. They're narcissists. They're crazy. They think you're supposed to do what they want you to do. And I think that these women felt like, or people, just the people in general, they feel like fuck R. Kelly because he didn't do what we wanted him to do. We wanted him to date a 45-year-old woman who, you know, was a lawyer and, you know, and not these little girls. So fuck him. Well, that's not who he is. So do you accept him and love him for who he is? Or are you judging him based on what the fuck you want him to do?
Wow. Wow. That's all I can say.
Right.
Because you're saying a mouthful right there. So,
like I'm saying, people have to understand that everybody in this world, and this is why I started my ASMR channel, because I wanted to get a little bit away from celebrity gossip because of all of the messiness. People have to understand in this world, everybody, there's not one person ever that will ever think like you. Bitches be calling themselves best friends. Oh yeah, we share one brain, we think alike. No, bitch, you don't. You will never think like R. Kelly. You will never walk in his shoes. You will never have his experiences. You will never understand his emotions. You just won't. So when I hear these bitches like, he expressed all his feelings to me and we had a bond, you will never know a person ever because you don't understand what's in their brain. You're not them.
wow.
So that's where love comes in. That's where acceptance comes in.
So question, if you had to give the people who the federal government has deemed to be the ones that's really hurting Rob, if you had to give them any advice, what would you say to them?
I would tell them to caulk, yes, it caulk your mouth shut like a windowsill. Don't let the air in or out. That's what I would tell them.
And
don't let the air in or out. Be a window, bitch. Be a window.
And if you had to give any advice to Don Russell and Bryant Nick, what would you say?
I would say to them that I think it's okay that they're advocating on R. Kelly's side, but that they need to be more wise in the ways that they move. And I would also tell them that they were chosen to be in R. Kelly's life because R. Kelly is a flawed man who doesn't make the best decisions. So don't get a big head about some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Don't get a big head. This is a man that made mistakes by coming in contact with you. That's what I would tell him. He made mistakes by trusting that you would do what was best for him. He had a bad judge in character as far as the people that he was around, and a lot of us do. There's nothing wrong with that. That's called being a human. But don't get a big head and feel like you know this, know that, you can say this and say that because you was around this man. Realize that the same man you're speaking on, the same man that we love and we defending, is the same man that we're accepting as a bad judge of character. So we have to judge you when you speak. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So
like that's our man. That's our man, but we understand he made mistakes like we all do. So we have to look at you when you speak, period.
Right. So last question. Because of some other
Don't
callers.
let it be the last. I'm on the road.
I'm just saying because I got to get some more callers in, sis. So for the subscribers that love R. Kelly, for the fans that love R. Kelly going forward, what type of words of encouragement would you give them? And for the bloggers going forward that really blogging for R. Kelly, what would you give them?
I would just tell them to keep on loving. Realize that a lot of what the man that you're supporting talked about was love, and keep on pushing and sending positive vibes. Like, vibes really count. it's called favor. When people are in your favor, that shit spreads. And if you guys really support him, accept him for who he is, accept him for his flaws. If he needs help, accept that he needs help. If he needs love, accept that he needs love, and just keep loving him. That's it.
Wow. That was good.
Acceptance is love. If you love a man, you accept him. Mistakes, flaws, and all.
Mm-hmm. Well, we thank you for jumping on top. I'm gonna ask you to stay in the chat because who knows? I might be bringing you back on. So
right.
So stay in the chat.
Are you eating on camera?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm gonna need you to get some lights, some LED lights up in there too.
Okay.
Yeah, you kind of dark in the green screen, but I love it.
I will do that. I'm going to invest in some LED lights.
Yes, sir.
So all right, just
call me back if you need to, because I'm not even ready to hop off. I'm on the road, but let me know.
Right, I'm going to call you back.
All right, do that. I'm here.
All right.
All right.
Uh-oh. Let me get this call in.
Por favor, deje su mensaje para 66356.
You're live on the Raw and Uncut talk show with Dana J. How can I help you, caller?
Are you actually talking to me, Dana J?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I have to kind of rebuttal what Miss Toxic said, and it's with absolutely no disrespect whatsoever. I respect her opinion. I respect everything that she said.
Who is this calling?
My name is Trina. I spoke to you, I think, a couple of days ago.
Okay. So what are you rebuttaling?
I'm rebuttaling the fact that there was so much heartfelt. There was a lot that she had to say, and excuse me, I'm a little bit choked up, but there was a lot that she had to say that I can absolutely identify with, but not identify with. It did not nothing that she said happened to me, but I've seen it happen with my niece, my sister's child. I was the one who walked on what would have been, and me at 40-some years old right now, I'm struggling with what I walked in on when it happened to my niece, and I am just mortified.
Wait.
If you can understand me, did I not make sense, sir?
Wait, Trina, so I know what you're saying. You said you had to do a rebuttal, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, I'm getting to that.
But okay, because she was talking about her experience, not nobody else's. I don't think she even know you.
No, she doesn't. But she exemplified how her experience was. But I'm exemplifying how my experience was when I wasn't the victim, but I feel the pain and the agony that my niece endured, and having to walk in and damn near kill the motherfucker that was trying to do, and I won't get into any graphic detail. I will not, because I cannot repeat anything out my mouth because it will just herniate me regardless. But at any point, I just think that there are a lot of scorned people out there in the world today, and just think that they need the necessary help that is required for them. And my niece included. She has a beautiful, she is full-blown gay, married to a woman, everything right now, because she turned the other cheek twice. I caught.
Okay.
Man, just please let me finish. But twice. I caught someone
you asking me to let
trying.
you finish, but I'm not understanding where you going with this.
I'm going where help is needed.
So who needs the help? Is it you or is it your niece?
No, I need help as well as she does, because I cannot recover from what I seen 20 freaking some years ago and saved her from it. I pulled 2 of them bastards off her, and they were her mother's siblings. What? Her mother, not siblings, husbands. What? I need the fucking help, and she needs the fucking help. She's now married to a woman, which I don't have a problem with. I love her dearly. She is now 29 years old. She has her own child right now. She is married to a woman, but had a baby by a damn man. What kind of confliction is this in this goddamn world today? I just want God to please, Woosah, please raise your hand to everybody in this world and spread your love.
Trina,
everywhere.
Trina,
sorry, sir.
Trina, look, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna talk to you offline, but we taking callers tonight for the people who want to discuss what the federal government is saying against R. Kelly and about the people who's really trying to, come against R. Kelly.
And I have
wait, Trina,
my Facebook picture.
Trina,
I can send you the link.
Trina, I'm gonna need you to call me offline, okay? Okay, I'm gonna need you to call me offline, okay? But I gotta take this next caller. All right.
All right.
You're live on the Dana J Show, live and raw and uncut. How can I help you, caller?
Hey, Dana. It's me again. I don't know if you remember a while back on Dr. Rice's show when he first brought the Ledge sisters on.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what they said when they on there?
No.
Okay. Well, if I'm correct, if my memory serves me right, I remember when they first came on, they said that one of their family members told them a story about how they were supposed to be his sisters. Technically, when they first came on, they said that they were his cousins.
And you know what? That story was told to me, and the way the story was told to me was they grew up believing that that was their cousin, but
Right.
but but their aunt that's a judge somewhere in uh Virginia or North Carolina told them the truth and told them they need to go support their brother.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, the relative that they're talking about was an elderly lady. I don't think it was a judge. It was an elderly lady of their family. I think it was like an aunt or something.
Yeah, but the elderly lady is supposed to be a judge.
Okay.
I don't know. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm so upset at myself, and for this, it's like
Dana, don't
anything
be
dealing with.
upset at yourself.
Listen.
Okay.
Anything dealing with them, I done tuned out. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
I don't know them. They don't like me, and that's fine. They don't rock with me. That's fine.
Okay.
And that's how I look at it. Like, I did a good deed. I thought I was doing a good deed. I got used. Okay.
Well, things, I'm going to tell you, Dana, things was put in place for a reason. This just did not just happen. You know, like they say, God don't make mistakes. You were meant to go through this.
Well,
you understand?
I agree, but
to see
I made that mistake. And I allowed a lot of people to get to Rob. And honestly, the way I feel responsible. I feel responsible. Because if I would have never pressed the issue for it to happen, we wouldn't be talking about no sisters.
Right.
If I never would have pressed the issue for them to come to court and be around them, we wouldn't be talking about no sisters. We wouldn't even be talking about no Rogers.
Right.
And we wouldn't be talking about Bryant Nick. We'd still be talking about Don Russell. But I thank them for bringing Bryant Nick to the surface.
But that's where all the confusion came in. That's why Dr. Rice and Dr. Rogers fell out.
Well, I'm glad that me and Dr. Rice got it right. I'm glad that we was able to talk and laugh and joke like we never missed a beat. As a man, I let him know that I was wrong, and I apologize to him as a man. And you know, Dr. Rice fashion. He's like, oh man, we good, man. We good. Don't worry about that. We good. So I'm a firm believer that things ain't never straight until you talk to that person. If you don't talk to that person, don't believe nothing is straight.
Exactly. You know, and as far as what's her name, the caller that was not the one you just had, but the one before her. Diamond, Toxic, what's her name? Toxic Diamond?
Yeah.
She was right on every accord. What she was saying is basically facts. You know, Rob is a person that is looking for realness. He doesn't like fakeness. Okay, he misses being real. He misses being down to earth. He misses having a real love.
Wow.
You know, and for these so-called accusers, you know, they really don't understand. You can't be around somebody and not love them for them. And that's what he's missing, because he loves everybody, but nobody really wants to love him like he is loving everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, and his heart has been broken so many times that he's basically scared to love. And when he does love, he picks the wrong people to love.
Wow. Okay.
Does that make any sense?
That makes a lot of sense.
You know, so I agree with her on that note. because it's hard for people who are famous to actually question on, do people really love me? Do people really do like me? Is it just the fame that they love or they like, or is it what I can do for them because I'm famous? Is that what it is? That's basically what he's going through.
Right.
You know, we all have gone through that in our lives.
Right.
Whether you're famous or not, because it's kind of hard for people to say, okay, well, I love this person, but do they really love me for me?
But let me ask you this question, because that's a great question. How can you expect to be truly loved properly in a fake world? Or should I say, how can you ever expect to be truly and properly loved in a world that's full of fake people?
Well, there are some people that have the same kind of heart as he does, and those same people are always questionable. Okay, because everybody's trying to find love. Okay, whether you straight, gay, whatever, everybody's trying to find love. But the question is, who really loves a person for themselves? Who can actually say, okay, I'm going to be myself around this person. Will they love me back because I'm being real and honest and straight up?
So let me ask this question. And I totally like what you're saying. But why was Hugh Hefner praised for being an overtly sexual man, but R. Kelly is being locked up just for being a man?
Because R. Kelly is more real. Hugh Hefner, okay, yeah, he had the Playboy Mansion. Who God knows every woman that's been there.
Well,
okay?
Brooke Shields was on. Hugh Hefner had Brooke Shields on a magazine at 10, but
exactly naked. At the age of 10. Yeah, I remember
butt
that.
Naked at the age of 10, and ain't nobody say nothing about that.
Because everybody back then overlooked it.
How can you overlook a 10-year-old? That's a pedophile.
Yeah, it's considered a pedophile, yes.
Oh, okay, so question.
But the thing is, when that happened, back in that society, didn't nobody care.
Well, whoa. You can't say back in that society, because that society then is the same society now. It's just the people now are more, how can I say, are more biased than it was then.
They're more biased, but they're more open to it. Back then, back in that time, didn't nobody really press the issue on pedophilia. Okay, you may hear about it every now and then back then, but it wasn't as noticeable as it is now. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay, people back then didn't press the issue. People now, in this day and age, are pressing the issue, because back then children or people who were abused back then were scared to speak up or speak to somebody, an adult, saying that this person did this. I know what it's like to be abused. I know what it's like to be sexually abused. I've been there. Okay, I went through it. Okay, but the thing is, for me, I was scared to tell somebody, because in that society back then, children were looked at, oh, well, what did you do? How did you, what caused the issue? What did you do to bring it on? Back then. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of adults didn't want to believe children back then.
Well, a lot of adults don't believe children now, because, matter of fact, I'm gonna go here. A lot of adults are children now.
But the thing is, some of the children now weren't brought up like they were back then. You know, that saying, children are seen and not heard. Nowadays, children are more seen and heard
Right.
than it was back then.
Question in the show. Let me call you. Let me have you call back because something had just happened, and I don't like to be played with.
Okay.
All right. Hold on.
All right.
All right.
Right.
I don't like to be played with because I don't play games. Hold on, y'all. And I think only a woman should deal with a woman. Because see, this is crazy. Hello? Yeah.
Say it again, mommy. My daughter said, hi, the firm. What's popping?
Tell you though, I said, what's going on?
Uncle Dana said, what's going on?
You said nothing.
Okay. So let me go here because I have a couple of things I want to address. I've had to come in my den to talk about this, okay?
Oh,
First of
Lord.
all, the last caller that just called, that's what the fuck I'm talking about when I say that people think they're supporting R. Kelly, but they really are not. You know, I appreciate what you said as far as agreeing with my statement. But also I have the confidence to know that she should have agreed with him. So, you know, it is what it is. But she's basically saying that what this caller did was a classic example of her thinking, people thinking they're helping R. Kelly and not helping. What she said in a nutshell, and this is how people, not black people, because a lot of black people don't think outside of what they're saying, and they don't have the same brain capacity as these Caucasian people that are convicting him. Okay, what the Caucasian people would have heard from this woman that you just had on your live, they would have heard her say, well, you know, nowadays, you know, people are speaking up more about pedophilia. Back then, they didn't care. So you're basically saying that R. Kelly is a pedophile who people are not afraid to speak of. You compared him to pedophiles from the past and said that people were not afraid, or people were afraid to speak out back then or didn't pay so much attention to it. So you're saying that nowadays they pay attention to pedophilia. In so many words, they're calling Rob a pedophile. And that's the shit that I'm talking about. You're not helping. You're not helping. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are not analyzing this like a professional would. What she just said was that, yeah, Rob raped women like the people in the past, but they didn't care about it then. They care about it now. That's what she said. And another thing that I wanted to point out, can you hear me?
Yeah.
And another thing that I wanted to point out was the woman before Trina was, I'm going to call her Sparkle, because she reminds me of Auntie Sparkle, okay? Sparkle, you know, she's one of the people that I was talking about as far as acceptance and judgment based on your own experiences. She's judging Rob and the situation based on her own life experience because her niece got raped. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what's wrong with these people.
Well, we know that was a lie because she was sent over here by Kevin Terrell. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm tired of the games. They don't have no content, so they want to disrupt our lives over here.
But how do you know she was sent by Kevin?
And because somebody is sitting over there on their live, that's letting me know play-by-play what's going on. And Trina just called in over there laughing and joking.
Oh, my God. Well, I'm going to tell you this. The only thing she accomplished was making herself sound like a psycho and proving my point that people are judging Rob. Just like I said, I compared it to the Caucasian people who think you're supposed to be like them and shit's supposed to happen like they want it to happen, and you're supposed to have their same hair, their same skin color, everybody's supposed to be the same as them. No, bitch. Everybody don't have your life experiences. Just because your niece, that happens to your niece, that doesn't mean that that's what Rob did. That doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I'm talking about. These people are judging him based on the fact that they have mental issues. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and Trina is a proven fact that Trina have some type of mental disability.
Right, and you had an experience in your life which is making you look at this situation based on your experience. Bitch, you don't know R. Kelly. You don't know these women. These are women that left their families. Asante McGee, she was married and she had a boyfriend named Jay, and she had a house with kids in it. She abandoned her husband, her boyfriend, and her kids. And I've talked to all of them. Okay? She abandoned everything for R. Kelly. These are women that expected their lives to change because they changed their lives for him. He wasn't doing that for them. So these are jaded people that wanted him to do what they wanted him to do based on their experiences in the past. Oh, well, my ex-boyfriends, they never had other women. They never let other women live with them. They never, you know what I'm saying? Like these things. They never had a driver driving me around, and they never told me to stay in the studio. So that's not what I want. And that's what he's doing. So based on the fact that that's not what I want and that's not my life experience, he's abusing me. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, he's not abusing you. He gave you a room to sleep in and people to cater to you.
And treated you well.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these are women that was like, I loved Rob. I love him. I still love him.
I'm going to say this.
I don't like what he did.
I'm going to say this. Look, for Lizette to sit there and say that Rob is the scum of the earth and he need to be locked up and forever, but then turn around and hit Tyrese and beg Tyrese to set up a meeting between her and Rob. Then she actually came in my inbox twice and was asking me like, oh, can you talk to Rob? No, I don't know you.
Can I talk to Rob? Let me tell you something. For me, this is how I treat the people I love, right? And
I don't love her. I don't know her.
Right. But I don't know you, but I have love for R. Kelly, which means that I'm about to top block anything that I feel is gonna come into his life and cause any differences.
Right.
Like my whole thing is his life right now needs to be guarded. It needs to be, protected. And that's why I wrote in the chat that it was when you said I feel guilty for introducing him to the sisters. Yeah.
I agree.
Feel that feeling because it's healthy for you to feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Just like these women should feel like assholes for doing what they did. It's healthy for you to feel that way so that you can know next time what not to do. You know what I'm saying? Pain is associated. Instruction is always associated with pain. That's why when your parents tell you what to do, they might whoop your ass with it. Because instruction is associated with pain. That's what God does. You know what I'm saying? God might have instructions for Rob. And so he has to be sent through this pain to get closer to God. This might not even be about any one person. This is, you know what I'm saying? This might be about his character. This might be to humble him. Right. And people are sitting here, it's just a mess. Like that girl, Trina, she really was making me upset because, she's calling in talking about my niece this and my niece that. Bitch, Rob don't know your niece. He never fucked your niece. He never met your niece. So why are you bringing that up in a conversation with Rob? And that's the type of shit that happens in the media that has him looking crazy. That's the type of shit right there.
I agree.
You want to bring your niece up, so you want to make everybody else relate to what the fuck you went through and relate that to Rob. Rob don't know you. He don't know your niece. She's not a subject.
Wow.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have to be careful how we move in the media in regards to this situation. That shit right there, that's back in the day, they didn't care that much about pedophilia. You're basically saying that he's a pedophile who today they care about. My niece back. You're basically comparing this man to the man that fucked your niece. Like, fuck you.
And see, and Trina, And see, and Trina's supposed to be an R. Kelly supporter.
Let me tell you something. R. Kelly ain't had no real support in years, especially from the people that's supposed to be his fans, his supporters. The only thing that his supporters have done is hurt him and not believe in him enough and gain from him. And that is why he is in the position that he's in. Period. You know, a supporter, and that's the same thing with the sisters. A supporter, these sisters ain't no way in hell they should have been starting a rape movement against you while their brother is in jail for rape. That is not support.
No, that's actually pretty much saying that anybody that's close to him is doing those type of actions, even though he's being alleged as doing it. And that pretty much would have made the headlines like, oh, R. Kelly right-hand man just got booked for rape. Come on, man. Really? That would have made me look stupid as hell, goofy as hell.
If he wasn't his right-hand man and right-hand man, it would have been like R. Kelly's supporter got booked for rape. His supporters are rapists. You know what I'm saying? Like, the shit whack.
Yeah.
It's whack. You know what I'm saying? And if you was a real sister, if you was a real, like show me the receipt of you put money on this man's book. Show me the receipt of you calling the jail over and over and over again, asking them for an update. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Like, oh yeah, I just got my brother's booking number. I just wrote him 5 letters so he won't be bored in there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you really doing to support? You on the news. You in the media. That's not support. That's clout chasing. You're using his last name. That's not support. That's clout chasing.
Right.
That's not support. You know, and Dr. Rogers wanted to say, or the handler, he wanted to say, well, I didn't get a restraining order from Rob, but the person I got that information from is a person that is in direct contact with him. This is the same person. I'm not gonna tell who the person was, but this is a person who's in direct contact with him. And from what I heard, the women, or that doctor, whoever she called herself, they took the videos of them calling him brother down. From what I heard.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
You know, from what I heard. But the fact remains that, you know, until I talk to Rob, until I get his side of the story, until I speak to this man face to face or hear what he has to say on camera, I'm not going to give no bitch, no accuser, no sister, no nothing the time of day until I get a word from my man. And that's where you needed to be with these women. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, and honestly, Dana, like, you my brother, right? But I'm the type like this. I'm not going to bring no extra energy into Rob's life that wasn't already there when this shit happened. If you wasn't rocking, fuck you. You're not about to come out during this trial and say a damn thing about nothing. That's how I feel. If you was family, you would be the family that he made. You know what I'm saying? I respect the family he made. You bitches, even if you was his sister, it's fuck you, because you wasn't there. You wasn't there for the man. It's fans that been there longer than you have.
Right.
Period.
I was just looking at the fact of, you know, I guess by the way they told the story, it was so convincing. So, I mean,
and I hate to bring this name up, but I hate to bring this name up, and I'm sorry to bring this name up on your channel. But that's the same thing with Tasha K. Every time she tell a story, it sounds believable too. Some people just have the gift of gab. Some people just have tact like a motherfucker. They just have it to where, listen, I'm giving you my word, and you're gonna receive them like they're the shit. They have that energy. When half the shit don't happen, half the shit ain't true, half the shit, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Ain't no way in fucking hell. Ain't no way in fucking hell that my brother will be in jail for no rape, and then I go on TV as a woman that no one has ever seen before and say, I'm his sister, I love him. How could you love a man you don't know? You don't know him to love him. You love who you think he is. You don't accept him. You accept who you think he is. Like, you don't know the man. Period. And that's why I'm non-biased on the situation. Obviously, I have more support for R. Kelly than I do the accusers because I know women. I'm a woman. I know how it feels to date a nigga that you want to do you a certain way, even if he do got other bitches. I'm willing to accept this and that as long as you treat me like I want you to treat me. What women have to understand is that relationships are never that way. A lot of these women are delusional. They think that they're going to walk into a fairy tale. Everybody says love is kind, patient, caring, because that's what a white man wrote in the Bible. That's not true. Love is envious. Love will cause you to kill a nigga. Love will cause you to hurt a nigga. But at the same time, love will cause you to accept this nigga and all the shit he put you through. You know what I'm saying? Like, love is painful. And these women, they don't understand that. Like, I feel like the women that he chose women that wanted to live in the fairy tale. And he didn't choose women that were realistic. I've been with the same man for 20 years, but like I said today on my channel, I cheated. I've done what I've done. And when I jump in a relationship with a man, I always say to myself, this is not going to be what I want it to be. It's going to be what it turns out to be. And that helps me not to be so hurt, so jaded. And you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like all of these accusers are like bitches that will like carve like words into your car. Like they're fatal attraction. Seriously. And the whole thing is, if they wanted money, if they wanted awareness and not money, then how come when I read their books on my channel, they copywrote me. They didn't want to share their stories. They wanted people to buy their books. They didn't want me to share their experience. They wanted people to buy their books. They didn't want to tell their story for free on their IG Live. They wanted to go on lifetime.
Oh, so everybody that came on your station, on your channel, they wanted to sell their books?
Yes, I read books online, okay?
Right, I know.
And I read Kitty Jones' book, I read Ashanti McGee's book, and so I had an option. So here's what really happened. I was reading the book, and all of a sudden I got 11 copyright strikes. Now, you know you can only get 3. I got 11 copyright strikes, and YouTube was telling me they were going to shut my channel down.
Right.
So one of them was from NBC, because I read Donald Trump's book. Another one was Kitty Jones. Then there was like 3 from Ashanti McGee, because Ashanti McGee is so malicious and so manipulative that she filed different copyright strikes from different email addresses. So if you're one person, and let's say a person has 3 videos of yours, if you copyright strike them on those 3 videos, it'll equal 1 copyright strike from that email.
Right.
Ashanti McGee went to 3 different emails to copyright strike me. So that makes 3 different strikes. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I had a conversation when I figured it out. I talked to NBC. They released the copyright. It was one from Cash Howard, copyright from Cash Howard, Andrea Kelly, Ashanti McGee, and Kitty Jones. So I talked to Kitty Jones, and she basically told me that they were all sitting around in Andrea Kelly's living room, watching my channel, watching me read Ashanti McGee's book, and I said something that she didn't like. It said first they was entertained. She said first they were entertained, and then I said something about Ashanti McGee that she didn't like. You know, when I'm reading, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna say my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Just like when I was reading Geronda Pace's book recently, and she said R. Kelly slapped her with one hand and then slapped her in the cheek with the other hand. Like, bitch, who does that? Like, that don't sound, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just sound crazy. Like, the shit she was saying in the book sounds really strange. So, you know, and Geronda Pace even said in her book, she said, he locked me in the house and I couldn't leave. Then she said, every time I left, I came back. And he knew he could trust me because every time I left, I came back. So, you know, these are little things that I'm going to ridicule, I'm going to pick out. So Ashanti McGee heard that I said some shit about her on my channel. She was watching it. And then they all sat there and decided that they was going to copyright my channel together and try to take my channel down. Because I talked to Kitty Jones and I came to an understanding with her, she wrote to YouTube, she got her copyright release, and it gave me a chance to work on everything else. You know, and Cash Howard, she never responded to me. Ashanti McGee, she responded to me, but she wanted me to release a fake-ass document that she sent me that looked like it was made on a cell phone.
Wow.
Okay, it even had certain shit highlighted. And you could tell, like, you know how you highlight shit with your cell phone, like your pencil, or you put notes in your phone?
Right.
It looked like that. So I told her I wasn't going to do a story on that document because it seemed fraudulent. And from that moment on, it was, you know, it was all bad. But by the grace of God, these Me Too people who also Me Too'd me and my channel, okay, this is what these women do. So when I say I don't believe certain things and they all like Mutt and from Pluto, I have a reason to say that. They did the same shit to my channel that they did to R. Kelly. Literally.
Wow.
That's what they do. That's what they do. That's what they do.
Wow.
You know, so yeah, so it's just a hot mess. And Ashanti McGee, she wanted me to release this conversation as well that she supposedly had with LaQuincy, who is her baby daddy's other baby mama. And I released it, but LaQuincy called me and told me that wasn't her, so I took it down. Ashanti got mad at me for that. Like, these people think they control what I put on my channel. That's why I stopped talking to the savages. You don't control my channel. I'm in control of my shit. Period.
Right.
So, but yeah, that's basically the gist of what I had to say. You know, I basically had the same experience that R. Kelly had with these women on a smaller scale and from less women, but you know, it was hard. You know, and I only have a YouTube channel. You know, this is an app. This is a Google app. You know, YouTube.
Right.
You know, but even that was hard. Like, it was like they were trying to take my life from me. They were trying to take who I am because I read their books. That's ridiculous. You don't want awareness. You want people to buy your book. So.
And that's sad.
It is sad. It is sad. It is sad. And it was even sadder for me to sit and watch the docu-series, the last couple episodes, and see Ashanti McGee on there talking about this was the black room. And, you know, those are lies. Those are lies.
I've been trying to tell folks that, but nobody want to listen.
That's a lie. Ashanti McGee's daughter told me that her mom came home every weekend with gifts and purses and all kinds of shit. Her ex-boyfriend told while she was cheating on her husband with this man, that man that she was cheating with told me that she would come around his family with shit from R. Kelly. So she was definitely leaving and coming back. Like, so for you to say you was locked in the house when you was fucking a whole other man and being around his family, you know, while you was dating R. Kelly, first of all, you was a cheater. You was a liar. You cheated on R. Kelly. You didn't love him, and you wasn't a real girlfriend. So what are you talking about? Like, bitch, I would treat you bad too. You a hoe. Period.
You can't say that about those folks.
Use a hoe, hoe, use a hoe, hoe.
But all right, Tox, let me go ahead and read these. Let me go ahead and read these letters that was sent in to the judge.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read these letters of what letters should be.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, sis.
All right, bro.
I'm trying to get something real quick because I'm about to read these letters. So I need search across. Not across my channel. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Not across my channel. I don't want to do it across my channel. I don't want to search across my channel. Oh, hold on.
126 code for. Got 126 code for.
Hold on, y'all. Thank you so much, Miss Jennings. Hold on. Do it like this.
I'm just being real, you know.
Hold on, y'all. Do it like this. Hold on. Share it. I just want to inspire some folks for a second.
I'm just being real, you know. I'm like the sun. I'm trying to shine on everybody. You know what I'm saying? But it's like situation after situation.
Thank you, Sharby.
So I write about it to get it off my chest. You heard? Dear mama, you wouldn't believe what I'm going through, but still I got my head up, just like I promised you. Ever since you left, your baby boy's been dealing with problem after problem. Tell me, what am I supposed to do? See, I get lost sometimes, don't understand this place. Look in the mirror sometimes and see a troubled face. And then my tears roll down and hit the sink, and I hold my head up high, hoping manifest can hear my cry. All these questions deep inside my mind. If Jesus loved me, why he leave my side? I'm still trying to get the answer why. You were young, 45, and you had to die. I'm always trying to help people out, and it's them same people trying to take food out my mouth. For real, that seems like the more money I make. For real, the more drama y'all try to create. For real, the more I try to move it to the positive.
Hold on. Sorry about that, y'all. I don't know who that person is. I'll do it this way.
Dear mama, you wouldn't believe what I'm going through, but still I got my head up, just like I promised you. Ever since you left, your baby boy's been dealing with problem after problem. Tell me, what am I supposed to do? See, I get lost sometimes, don't understand this place. Look in the mirror sometimes and see a troubled face. And then my tears roll down and hit the sink, and I hold my head up high. Man, upstairs can hear my cry. All these questions deep inside my mind. Like, if Jesus loved me, why he leave my side? I'm still trying to get the answer why. You were young.
Thank you, Black Honeybee.
I'm always trying to help people out, and it's them same people trying to take food out my mouth. For real, it seems like the more money I make. For real, the more drama y'all try to create. For real, the more I try to move into the positive. For real, more y'all don't wanna let me live. Or do you realize that Then either get up off your butt and go get your own something. I'm pulling on my hair to keep from snapping off. Fools right up in my camp and be yapping off. Somebody out there, please pray on what I'm talking about. Still young, trying to figure it all out. And I need a hug. Is there anybody out there willing to embrace a thug? Feeling like a change of heart. And all I really need is a sign or a word from God. So shower down on me, with me with your love. I need you to take me, lift me up. Oh yeah, I gave 13 years of my life to this industry. Hit song or not, I've given all of me. You smile in my face and tell me that you love, but then before you know the truth, you're so quick to judge me. That's alright, go ahead, keep talking. Cause I'ma hold my head up and keep walking. And reach for the sky, focus on the plan. Rescue the kiddo with this paper and pen. And this is for the homies that we lost. No, we cannot forget y'all. So my hats, come on, we pour a little liquor out for the memories. I know y'all up there sitting on home in the early streets. The streets survivors, be careful, stay alive. I'm praying for your families. I hope you pray for mine. For real, used to be a time you wish me well. For real, it hurts to know you wanna see me fair. For real, and don't forget I kept you out of jail. For real, was my arms when you needed to be held. They turned their backs on you. Who was there believing? Who said your troubles were only for a season? In church together, trying to pick up all the pieces. And now you betrayed it. I bind you in the name of Jesus. Somebody please pray on what I'm talking about. Still young, trying to figure it all out. And I need a hug. Is there anybody out there willing to embrace a thug? Feeling like a change of heart. And all I really need is a sign or a word. Please shower down on me, with me with your love. I need you to take me, lift me up. Oh, yeah, yeah. Man, I tell you, it's enough to make you wanna give it up. Thank God for my fans, cause through it all they show me love. To my sister and two brothers, tell me why can't we just try to get along with one another instead of hurting one another, fighting one another. Man, I pray to God to get my family back together. Let me see what I wanna see, just a blind. All of these luxuries, and then you push me out in front to get behind me. Then you set me up, not blessing me to blind me. I'm a grown man with kids now, stakes are high. Gotta go to church now to avoid the fire. Frankly, y'all, to keep it real, I'm just tired. Dreams have been dead, but the devil is alive. For real, though. Church folks, you need to stop judging. For real, though. You will be the first to be judged. For real, and women stop depending on us men. Start depending on the man above. Yeah. And as for Robert, here's what I need to do. Get rid of them clowns and get myself a whole other crew. Media, do your job, but please just don't make my job so hard. Somebody please pray on what I'm talking about. I'm still young, trying to figure it all out. And I need a hug. Hey, somebody out there willing to embrace a thug. Feeling like a change of heart. And all I really need is a sign or a word from God. So shower down on me now. To take me, lift me up. Oh, yeah. Yeah, said I'm calling on heaven, I need somebody out there willing to embrace me, feeling like a change of heart. And all I really need is a sign or a word from God. So shower down on me, with me with your love. I need you to take me, lift me up. Oh, lift me up, yeah. Heaven I need, heaven I need. Ooh, yeah. Somebody out there to embrace a thug. Feeling like a change of heart. And all I really need is a sign or a word.
Okay.
A boxer did talk about it happening in California too.
Wow. But give me a second. I'm gonna call you when I get off my live.
Yeah.
All right.
Siege. Now watch your man. Now I want you to picture yourself far, far away. It's time to take a ride. I don't want you to have a care in the world right now.
Thank you so much. Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Thank you so much, Lisa.
Baby, take your mind into a zone. Imagine that we're all alone. 2 ways off and our friends are gone. Now picture you and me getting it on. Take my hand and come with me. Let's indulge in fantasies. Cast your cares and worries and slowly fall into this ecstasy. I'm gonna rub your body, so baby, just relax. You've been pouring out your love, and now it's time to pour it back. Imagine that, imagine that, imagine that, imagine that. All night long, imagine that. Me stroking your body. Imagine that, imagine that, imagine that, imagine that, imagine that. Whipped cream and strawberries, know what I mean? Imagine that, imagine that, imagine that. Candles and oils surrounding the bed. Imagine that, imagine that, imagine that, imagine that. Me kissing your body from feet to head. Imagine that. We don't have to talk. Watch my fingers walk. Take a second and imagine it.
They know the minute they let him go, he gonna pump them new albums.
Now close your eyes and act like we're not even here, girl. I'm gonna rub your body, so baby, just relax. You've been pouring out your love, and now it's time to pour it back. Imagine, 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 me stroking your body. Imagine, imagine, imagine that. Imagine, imagine, strawberries and whipped cream. You know what I mean? Imagine, imagine, candles and oils surrounding the bed. Me kissing you from feet to head. Strawberries and whipped cream. Candles and oils surrounding the bed. I'm taking off my clothes, baby. Hey, do it, baby. Take off all your clothes, baby. Hey, you want me, baby. I want you, baby. So let it take control. Hey, baby, let it take control. Imagine that I'm kissing you. Don't think ahead. It's you and me in our bed. You're screaming, baby. Say my name. Say my name. Say my name. Say my name. Say my name.
God.
Have you tried starting your own online business, but then a few months in, you hit a
God. Whew, that's a lot to take that. Jesus, good God Almighty. I mean, the man's a genius. The man's a genius. The man's a genius. But I find it highway robbery if I don't play this right here. And for some people that was there, you know, this moment was a special moment. So for people who don't know, I'm going to share a moment real quick. I'm going to share a moment right here.
And his stand for the Lord, his courage, and his stand for Jesus in his industry. Amen. Yeah, give us a short time. Put your hands together and praise the Lord. Come on, you can do better than that. You can praise him. You can do better than that. You can praise him. You've got to understand, I've played in a couple Super Bowls, and you've done better than that for a football game. I know you can praise him. Oh, you can praise him. You can praise him. He's worthy. He's worthy. He's worthy. You got to praise him because you made it here today. The devil wanted to take you out, but you're here today. He had some plans for you, but you're here today. You had a car wreck, but you're here today. That woman was lying for you, but baby, you here today. Cancer overtook you, but you're here today. Somebody praise him just for being here today. Has Brother McClurkin gone? Has Brother McClurkin gone? I'm sorry. I would love to testify, but I want to be obedient to the Lord. Is that okay? Brother Kelly, I've been trying to get in touch with you. I've been trying to get in touch with you for quite some time because you've been on my heart, you've been on my mind, and I can feel you through your music. Pastor White, come here, please. Brother Kelly, please. Because he asked the saints a simple question. Brother, will you come up, please? I just feel this brother so deep in my spirit, dealing with some of the same things that I dealt with. And he asked the saints one simple question. And so many of you missed it. He said, would you pray for me? Could you all extend your hands to this brother?
Everyone extend your hand this way. And not just for this dear brother, but for everyone that's here that may have a high profile in the community. Let's just pray for them right now. I want to say one last thing, and I'm very conscious of the time. But 4 weeks ago, Dion, God spoke to us, this church, and said on this night, something very strange and unusual and unrehearsed would happen. And that this is when God gave us this word, that it would be very strange and unusual. It would be a setup by him. And I just want you to pray for this dear man right now. Stretch your hand. He asked for prayer, and I want us to pray for him. Father, I pray for this man of God that you may touch.
Oh, my fault.
Him right now by your power and by your spirit. And Lord, I pray that anything that the enemy has attacked him with, plotted or planned or schemed against him, I break it in the name which is above every name, the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. And I pray, God, that every onslaught of the enemy will cease and stop from this night on. And I pray, God, that there will be a fresh anointing resting upon him. And God, I break any generational curses. I break any word curses spoken over him. And I pray once again that the power of the Holy Ghost will breathe upon him, a fresh touch of the Holy Spirit. God, touch him now in Jesus' name. Breathe upon him, I pray. Now, in the name of Jesus. Everyone say, in the name of Jesus. Touch him. There it is, sir. There it is. That's it. That's it. That's it. Hallelujah. Come on, put your hands together and give God a shout of praise in this place. Hallelujah. Come on, praise him. Praise him. Praise him. Give him praise. You can do that. All of those who are watching, give him praise right now. God is up to something. I'm trying to speak to these young people down here. We'll get these young people off. After you've done all you can, oh my, after you've done all you can, you say now, say, after you've done all you can, after you've done all you can, say goodness of you. After you done all you can, pray for me that I'll stand, Lord. Yeah. After I've done all I can, oh Jesus, I've done all I can. Nothing to do for me, just pray for me. Oh, pray for me. Somebody pray for me. Stand for me. Oh, 'cause I believe. After you've done all you can, just stand.
Wow. Wow. Well, I'm gonna read this from Nikki McReynolds, a school teacher. Say pleading for the release of Robert Sylvester Kelly due to COVID-19 unsafe housing conditions. Dear Honorable Judge Harry D. Lemonweber. It says, I am writing on behalf of Robert Sylvester Kelly, an inmate currently being housed at MCC Federal Prison, awaiting trial to prove his innocence. We, the supporters, family, and friends of Robert Kelly, are extremely concerned with his safety and well-being while in confinement due to the outbreak of coronavirus. Excuse me. as well as other factors. It has been documented, according to the Federal Bureau of Prisons, that 2 employees at the MCC in Chicago had tested positive for the virus. Therefore, it will continue to spread due to the unsanitary conditions at MCC. There aren't any sanitizing protocols or requirements put in place. There's no hand sanitizer available to the inmates, only to the staff. There's often lack of soap readily available as well. This puts Robert Kelly at risk due to his age and existing health issues. According to NBC Chicago, as of August 2019, the facility is down 20 officers and more are expected to retire soon. Since Kelly is a high profile celebrity, it makes him a target for other violent inmates who may want to mentally, physically, and violently abuse or harm him. The unsanitary conditions at the MCC and understaffing also puts Robert Kelly in danger. We feel that he needs to be released on bail or on his own recognizance due to the unsafe prison's conditions. Kelly is currently sitting in jail where he has been for the last 9 months and counting. Kelly has been confined without bond at the MCC since July 2019, stemming from allegations and slander from former consensual partners and ex-lovers. His trial has been pushed back from April the 27th to October the 13th, 2020. He will be confined to jail awaiting trial and nearly 1.5 years before his trial even begins. This is why we are reaching out to you, sir. We, the supporters, are begging you to allow him to receive bail with stipulations such as a house arrest, an ankle monitor, reporting to our officer for drug and alcohol testing. Any stipulations, we just want him released to be able to protect his health and to be able to defend himself properly by being able to communicate with his legal team in a proper manner, because currently they are not allowed to see him due to the outbreak. Robert Kelly is not a violent man, nor does he not have a criminal record. R. Kelly is not a flight risk. He has surrendered his passport, nor does he like to fly or have the funds to fly. R. Kelly has limited financial resources since he has been blacklisted from the entertainment industry and mounting legal fees. Therefore, there is absolutely no chance that Robert will flee before trial. We feel that he being held in captivity as if he is a violent murderer when he is no threat whatsoever. Robert Kelly is facing a major case which can put him away for his entire life. It seems highly unethical that he cannot prepare for his trial in a proactive and functional manner with his legal counsel. Please grant him bail so he can prepare for one of the biggest trials of 2020 and fight for his life. Sincerely yours, Nikki Reynolds, school teacher. That was perfectly written. Perfectly written. Perfectly written. Now, this one right here, I'm going to read it, but I'm not liking this. I'm not liking this. This letter has... Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, I'm not liking this. But I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read this. I'm not liking it, but no, I won't read this. I'm not gonna read this one. You know what? I'm gonna read the first paragraph. It's a United States versus Robert Sylvester Kelly. Your Honor, the purpose of this letter is to give a brief synopsis of how I believe Mr. Robert Kelly's constitutional rights have been violated, as well as alleged prosecutorial misconduct. There are countless ways in which prosecutors can prejudice the fact-finding process and undermine a defendant's right to a fair trial. It is common in high-profile cases for prosecutorial misconduct to be used because the stakes are extremely high. There is a political gain and pressure to get a conviction because you have spent millions of dollars on a case that was not properly investigated before arrest, as evident by the multiple superseding indictments that have been presented. Mr. Kelly is incarcerated while the government continues to add and delete Jane Does and present superseding indictments after indictments. Why didn't the government take their time to investigate and build their case before making an arrest? Their first mistake was basing their case off of a documentary that has been proven to be filled with deception and lies that the producers were well aware of. How is the state prosecutor Kim Foxx? How is that state prosecutor Kim Foxx can give an interview on a documentary discussing an open case? Please tell me that is not a violation of Mr. Kelly's right to a fair trial. I believe that non-public information has been fed to informants. Prosecutors have piled on charges and continue to do so to make it exceedingly risky for Mr. Kelly to go to trial. Some of the information I will discuss pertains to cases in other jurisdictions, but is applicable because these cases are intertwined and some of the same alleged accusers are in both indictments. I and other citizens making formal complaints to Office of Professional Responsibility regarding the conduct of prosecutors and requesting further investigation. There's an abbreviated version of my concerns there and many more. It is professional misconduct for a lawyer to A, violate or attempt to violate the rules of professional conduct, knowingly assist or induce another to do so, or do through acts of another, engage in conduct involving dishonest, fraud, deceit, and misrepresentation, engage in conduct that is prejudicial to the administration of justice. ABA, Model Rules of Professional Conduct 8.4, misconduct A, B, and D. Number 1, federal informants releasing information about case to public and committing crimes. Larry McGee is a YouTube blogger who has a YouTube channel entitled Grown Man Show. Mr. McGee brags about being an informant for Homeland Security and the Robert S. Kelly case. I am responsible for taking down R. Kelly. He consistently boasts on his show. He also admits to recruiting alleged victims and coaching them on what to say. There is evidence of these statements. Mr. McGee has his own federal indictment for Brank. What is that? For Brank fraud. So he has made a deal. Man, I'm not reading no more of this. I'm not reading no more of that. Look, I'm not reading no more of that. I just think I'm gonna just keep my thoughts on myself. No mind. Never mind. That just really took me for a whole loop. I mean, my God. My God. Wow. Phew. I just wish people do spell check. Then people can understand what's really going on and what's being said. But look, y'all. We all know we got to do. We all know we got to say. Hold on. You're live on Live, Raw, and Uncut with actor Dana J. How can I help you, caller?
What's up, Dana? It's Curtis, and I love being on Raw and Uncut or Live and Uncut Dana J.
What up, Kurt?
How you doing, man? I'm doing all right. All right. Okay. Because I when you had your live early on this afternoon, I was at work, and so I watched the video. So let me get this straight. That snake Don Russell has decided to make a so-called defense fund, and the so-called sisters are supporting this.
Sisters and everybody that went against the defense fund that Doug Anton is doing is, doing that.
I'm just when you think that people can't get any lower, I mean, it's just you can just see the setup is just absolutely real. And you know this, but I'm going to say this because we're R. Kelly supporters need to hear this. The last thing you need to be doing with the nature of R. Kelly charges, R. Kelly is charged with obstruction of justice and intimidating witnesses and federal witnesses. The last thing you want to do is write to a judge and act as if you're influencing him in a way.
Exactly.
That would be prejudicial to him.
Exactly.
Wrong. And it's a red flag if you're doing this. People need to think. Like Robert Kelly said, use your common sense.
Don't think like me.
Right.
But
Like why? Why? I mean, look, and this is the problem. This is the real problem. There's still some R. Kelly supporters that are sincere, that follow these guys. And they think that they're appealing to, and their emotions are being appealed to. And when you are not thinking rationally, when you're thinking emotionally, you don't think rationally. When you don't think rationally, you do things that are just not good. And the thing is that they're following people that are not sincere. They don't even see it. They don't even see it. Like it says it right there. Bloggers and those that are saying things on the internet and basically for R. Kelly. Even though he doesn't know these men. But because they trap Anton, they come into their show. This is the stuff that happens. It's crazy, man. I'm just like, I'm flabbergasted. Just when I think that it can't get any crazier, it just gets crazier, man. So here's my question for you. What's the next move?
Well, I'm not going to put it out there publicly.
No, I don't want you. No, I was just talking general, actually.
Right, but trust me, we already on it.
Okay.
We already on it.
And what I mean, the next move, I mean for us supporters that we can do as a general collective. That's where I'm going with that.
Right.
I'm not talking about that's where I'm going with that.
Right. We already on it. So as I'm reading, Bill Cosby got denied too today.
Yeah, I just heard Keith Stage is starting is on her live right now talking about
This is crazy.
Look, it shows the setup, man. Like, come on now. This is an old man. Like, what is he gonna do?
Right.
Like, what is he gonna do? Like, you just want him to die. You just want our legends to die. This is being prejudicial. But like I said, they judge it. So you know what I mean? You can't just say whatever. But man, it's like we can just see, like, okay, Bill Cosby, a man who is 80 plus years old, not gonna do anything, but you let Avenatti and Weinstein get out with private jets. They got access to any kind of thing to have them escape. But nobody's saying anything about this.
Right.
It's just gets. Look, I know that, you know what I mean, that justice has a different standard for certain people, but it's unbelievable, and nobody can say, oh well, because you know Robert Kelly or Bill Cosby are celebrities, so they should be getting you would think that they would get the same treatment. No. It's different when you're different ethnicity in this country, unfortunately. It just saddens me, but it is what it is. We gotta, you know what I mean, move on and do what we need to do. Thank you for this live, Dana. Thank you for allowing me to call, and thank Toxic Diamond for all that, for the update.
Definitely.
In regards to Cassandra and Lisa. I'm not even calling them by their last name. They're not even worthy of that last name.
Right.
All right. I'll see you later. I'm going back to the chat. All right.
All right. Cool.
Yep. See you later.
All right. Anybody else want to call in before I go ahead and end the town hall? Levi disappeared on us. So Levi done disappeared on us. So it is what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this last joint, and just going to end town hall meeting number 5. We're gonna do it like this.
True stories for miracles for true blessings for.
They wait till the last. Okay.
I was riding in my car one day in the express lane, rolling on the freeway, and suddenly the phone rings. Then I reached down beside me. Then I looked on the floor, fell in the backseat. See, I was drinking while I was driving, never thinking about what I was doing. I turned around, and before I knew it, here comes this truck now. The doctor said, I don't think he's gonna make it. Family said, make the funeral arrangements. Unplug the machine, he's gone now. Then told my wife to be strong now. Then a small voice said unto me, if you promise to stop drinking, I surrendered on that day. And for 10 years I've been straight. You saved me, oh, you saved me. You saved me, oh, you saved me. Thank you for giving me a second chance. Oh no, you saved me. Thank you, Jesus. You saved me. Oh, you saved me. You saved me. Now I've been sitting in this chair, waiting on the phone to ring, praying up to God that someone would call me with a job opening. Cause it's been so hard for me, month to month, struggling to eat, but still there was no answer, I stopped believing in his word and got so mad at him. And when somebody say God's good, I just laugh at him. Oh, in the nick of time, his blessings rain on me. By his grace to phone me, a lady says we're hiring. And that's when I knew he saved me. You saved me. Oh, you saved me. Oh, no, you saved me. Thank you, saved me. I was 18 out there on the block selling drugs with a gun at my waist, and for people I had no love. See, the streets was my home, and family and friends were gone. Had no one to trust, and deep inside I was all alone. And then a deal went bad one day, and it was enough to pause me. I was shot 4 times, and before I knew it, I was on my knees. Pushing up my body, my heart's beating fast. I don't know what I'm gonna do, I don't think I'm gonna last. Then I began to flash back on the things I've done and not done. And I heard a small voice that said to me, I'll give you peace if you believe. I accepted Christ that day, hallelujah, now I'm free. Save me, save me, save me, thank you, save me, oh, oh, you saved me, you saved me. I was in the aisle of a grocery store with a pain in my chest, and I'm wondering where did it come from. I got tested and the results came back, and the doctor said, I'm sorry, but you got cancer. I could not believe it, so I called up my mama to calm my nerves. She got down on her knees. She said a prayer for me. Said just keep on thanking Jesus. He'll give you all the money, Jesus. That was 5 years ago. Don't have that pain no more. Doc says you can go home, cause all your cancer saved. Says you saved me. You saved me. No, no, saved me. Cause you saved me. Oh, you saved me. You saved me. You saved me. Second chance on you. Hallelujah. You saved me. Oh, you saved me. You saved me. Oh, you saved me. You saved me. You saved me. You saved me. You gave me. It was by grace. You saved me. You saved me. I'm so thankful that you looked down on me. You found me standing there. I was at the end of my road. Nowhere to go. And you gave me this. I was down and out to you. I was going good to the front. I was trying to speak to say. Never felt nothing to say. I was saved until you saved me. You saved me. Sorry, baby. You stepped in.
Man, that's a deep song. That's a deep song. A very, very, very deep song. Talking about how God saved him. Now, not many people know about that. Not many people can attest to God saving them. But Rob speaks it all the time. He lets you know that you don't have to be in church 24/7. For you to be saved. All right. I don't know what just happened, but